Okay, so not even a day ago, literally today, we've been talking about Filian and the fact that she's been missing for a little while. And yeah, we went through the whole ARG situation and things like that. And many other creators and then many other VTubers affiliated with her have obviously been making their own renditions of like, oh, I know where she went and stuff like that. Now, obviously, Chibidoki made a joke about it. And well, it seems like recently a clip has gotten a lot of backlash from one of Filian's kind of friends, whatever, being ChaChaYourVmom, who obviously made her own kind of joke about Filian being missing in kind of regards to like ice and stuff like that, which has, yeah, obviously gained her a ton of backlash, and it's been blowing up online over the past couple of hours. Now, we'll play the clip, and then, yeah, we will talk about the exact situation going on at the moment.
Is there any truth to your daughter being on hiatus because ICE sent her back to the Philippines? I wasn't going to talk about this at all. I shouldn't say anything, but the rumors are true. The rumors are true. ICE did knock down Filian's door, and they did kidnap her and send her back to the Philippines, and I'm currently working with ICE at the moment to get her back. It's a work in progress.
He's gonna kill you for revealing this.
I know it's really embarrassing for her, but like, listen, it's a work in progress. I'm doing the best I can, okay? It's getting really complicated because I'm getting all of the ICE officers like in a row, and I'm threatening to spank them all with my chancla, but like, they keep saying, do it with like a smile on their face. And I just feel like it's I don't know why, I just feel like it's a little counterintuitive. I don't think it's helping. I might need a few extra chanclas. I might need to like add some spikes to the end of those chanclas because like, I don't know what else to do. But don't worry. She's gonna survive in the Philippines. She will just backflip her way into the trees to get bananas and coconuts and mangoes. Like, she will survive. She will be fine. So, work in progress. We'll get her out. Don't worry. Mama will take care of it. Is Abel? I'm so scared. Is Abel in here? Did he?
So yeah, obviously that was the kind of clip that has been, I guess, trending around over on Twitter. And yeah, as I said, it's gotten a ton of backlash. As you know, ICE has been a very, very big topic, especially over in America. And yeah, people are not happy at the fact that she has been joking about it, considering a lot of the kind of things that have been going on. Now, me personally, I don't really care too much about this joke. Maybe that's because I'm British and this kind of stuff doesn't really affect me as heavily as it does for a lot of you guys who are probably American. So I can understand why it has affected maybe some people in terms of, they're pretty mad about it. But at the same time, I do think it was just a joke. I do think it was pretty poor timing, though, from Chacha, because, again, people have made jokes like this before, like being deported. That has been a joke that has been running on since, not ever since, but like, before ICE even existed, before Trump even was the president, right? And I do think it is pretty funny how, obviously now with a lot of this kind of labeling attached to it, and, obviously she specifically did say ICE, now it's become a problem when obviously saying getting kicked out of the country and being deported before wasn't so much of a problem. But I do think as well, you got to consider a lot of the kind of things that happened, obviously with the whole, car, shooting thing that happened. There is a lot of, I guess people that are not very happy about this, and it is more understandable as to why this is kind of, I guess, escalated even further, because yeah, it's a situation that is a little bit worse than just regular deportation, which the joke used to be. And maybe, yeah, the kind of wording of it was slightly wrong. Obviously, her specifically mentioning ICE, and obviously at this time, it probably could have been done a little bit better, and it probably could have been expressed in a different way. But obviously, that's how she decided to do it. Now, as I said, me personally, I don't care. I think obviously the joke I don't think it's necessarily super funny, but I also just think it's like, oh yeah, obviously it's just someone saying, right? So again, I do think that a lot of people have been kind of pointing that out. And yeah, of course, the quote retweets are full of a lot of mixed opinions. Obviously, some people saying quote retweets are full of fake activists crying over an obvious joke that managed to break her targeted audience range, which I guess, probably is true, right? And people saying this person being friends with Filian and making a joke about ICE kidnapping people is one of the least surprising things ever. Can we please stop giving these people love and support and start calling them these ghouls every day. We say every time I think that there's chill, no BS VTuber in the community, and then they suddenly do the most insensitive and immature thing for attention. It's gross. People saying, as a Filipino, I'm so sorry. 150k followers, and instead of using your voice for good, you say dumb, tasteless stuff like this. Now, I think it is obviously one of these hard things where some people will find it funny, some people won't find it funny, yeah, it's more of one of these things where it's like, whenever people make jokes about other things, like, is it too soon? That kind of whole rhetoric that has been going on. And obviously it's a little bit too soon whenever it is still going on right now in America, which obviously does suck. But again, I think it is more so just an attempt, a kind of edgy joke, right? That I do think has gone a little bit crazy. A lot of people have been also replying down here saying, Philippines jailed, saying, hey, so maybe STFU because this isn't funny. Then poor doctor breaking down instantly into tears right after. Say gross. Say anything to stay relevant, huh? This makes me sad. Wait, what happened to Filian? Is this actually true? Obviously, it's not true. We all know she's gone on like an ARG kind of just a hiatus thing. People saying can't have fun on the internet. Shaking my head. Which again, I do kind of, I'm kind of under the opinion that, I think it is just a joke. As I said, I do think it maybe is a little bit poorly timed, and I can see why she's gotten backlash from it. But again, I'm not here being like she's the worst person in the world, because again, I don't think that really helps, and I don't think it's that kind of thing. Also, there's this kind of reply as well, which I do, kind of agree with, that I saw.
I don't.
Who sent this?
I don't find it funny. I don't. So I brushed it off and kept it pushing.
So yeah, obviously, this is an email, like I said, which again, people saying real though. I'm all for making jokes about current events, since comedy is a way to heal and cope, but damn, let that simmer down a little bit. Which, yeah, as I said, I think it is the timing. I think, obviously, if we were in a situation, which hopefully does happen sometime in the future, right, where all of this is, ended, and all of this has not been, obviously everything that is going on with Vice and stuff is over, and everybody can just kind of think of that as a thing in the past, right? Then obviously, sure, like making jokes on that would have been, obviously been kind of more free reign. For example, like, there's people who make like 9/11 jokes and things all the time now, and I find some of them funny, but and I think a lot of people, even people in like New York and stuff, find them funny, right? And that's because obviously time has passed over a long time, so people are a little bit more used to it. But right now, obviously, there is an issue going on now that, yeah, obviously it's now prompted a lot of people to kind of respond and call it out, right? But there's also been people like this, for example, like KO, saying making jokes about ICE while people in America are being actively harmed because this because of it is incredibly tasteless. Families are being separated and people are being killed in broad daylight. Being a self-proclaimed mama VTuber and having the humor of an immature 10-year-old is very ironic. And obviously then I reposted the very infamous screenshot from their account. And again, I do think this is where like some people need to do some looking into some of the accounts that are, talking about this kind of stuff too, because obviously this person doesn't believe that you can be racist towards white people, which I think is pretty crazy, because obviously white is still a race. Obviously, yes, there has been so much more oppression and stuff to other races, of course, but you can still be racist towards white people. It is still possible. But again, obviously this guy doesn't seem to think so. And now obviously, yeah, he is kind of calling out Chacha there, which again, I think is kind of crazy, right? But yeah, obviously that is the clip that is going around at the moment. As I said, there is a ton of backlash at the moment that have been just kind of flooding in, especially in the past couple of hours. This clip actually came out yesterday, and I think it only started picking up recently as it kind of gotten out of the space. It kind of gotten out of her kind of usual fan base, because I remember seeing this clip yesterday whenever it actually first came out, and there wasn't this kind of response to it. There was a much more positive and people just joking or whatever in the replies, which I think is obviously her community who are used to that kind of humor. And I think now it's kind of gone outside, and the whole of Twitter is kind of giving their opinion on this, which I do think is very, very interesting, right? People saying, putting Lamau, say Filian coming home, there you are, found it. I said, okay, you made it way too easy to tell the children from adults here. Say, girl, you're Latina, why? This hurts me. Which again, some people are obviously probably going to stop supporting her after this, which I don't think she should be stopped kind of supported. I think she is a great VTuber, right? But I just think it was bad timing, right? And I think that is it. I think that is literally how it can go down, what it can go down to. But again, some people still found it funny at the end of the day. But yeah, it's just one of these things, right? It's hard because, you know, there are so many people that are so angry, but there are so many people that are, you know, aren't bothered either. And, you know, which kind of route do you take in terms of that? You know, which kind of route does Chacha take in terms of that as well, right? Will she be like, I don't care, you know, whatever? It seems like she has been like posting quite a bit, you know, since this, just about other things, just like many thoughts, guys. You're doing this, just kind of posting other clips. I'm assuming it's just to kind of drown out that one clip, which, to be honest, I can kind of understand. But yeah, obviously it is pretty interesting still, because she hasn't actually fully responded to this or anything, despite the amount of backlash that's been going on, because it's actually insane, right? I haven't seen this kind of backlash on someone, especially from other people in the VTubing community as well, right? And other people also discussing things like this. People saying, people like this are why VTubers have a bad rap. Imagine joking about a serious issue when a lady legit just got shot in the face, and the only thing you can do is use it for clickbait. Disgusting. So obviously that's what they had to say about it as well. And I do think, obviously, this probably won't paint the best light on the VTubing community, right? Regardless of whether you think the joke was funny or not, I think it's still going to obviously kind of, I guess, mobilize a lot of people to be actively against the VTubing community now, because of this one joke, because they're going to think that all VTubers are like this, because let's be real, a lot of these people over on Twitter, over on YouTube and stuff, have like 2 brain cells most. I'm being generous there. I think probably 1 actually. And they go, oh, well, if this one VTuber's doing it, it's probably all of the VTubers. It's like, oh my God, bro. Like, are we being serious? And we've seen that with Iron Mouse and stuff, about, you know, because obviously we covered Iron Mouse and the amount of kind of harassment that she's had from people like, you know, Rakai's audience and stuff like that. But that doesn't even count like the people that are even being harassed outside of that, because they just think all VTubers are like Iron Mouse, right? And I think the same thing's going to happen, right? But again, it's going to be interesting to see if Chacha does respond to this or not, because as I said, she has been uploading since this has kind of kicked off. But as I said, it is kind of still a developing thing, I guess. You know, obviously people saying, yeah, when are people going to learn to think before they speak? You know, I didn't know this was about being a ghoul was the standard for being a VTuber. You know, Latina mom joking about Ice taking her fake daughter when real families are being torn apart. It's the most disgusting thing I've seen in VTubing this year. So yeah, obviously many people upset, and let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this, because again, I'm very interested in what the you know, kind of opinion of you guys are, because as I said, it's a pretty mixed bag at the moment. It's a pretty mixed bag, and as I said, you know, I'm in the UK, so a lot of this stuff you know, isn't as I guess emotionally charged as it is. Obviously I see what's going on, and I you know, I know it's terrible, but obviously, you know, it doesn't affect me as much. So again, I want to see what you guys, especially you guys in America, think of this joke. Is it too soon? Is it too edgy? Is it too much? Again, I'm very interested, because as I said, very mixed bag. But yeah, that's essentially all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazo, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.